Welcome to Local Teacher YouTube channel. See, today we are going to discuss real numbers chapters. In last class, we have discussed these three concepts that are Euclidean division algorithm, Euclidean division lemma, fundamental theorem of arithmetics. In the last class, we have seen what is Euclidean division algorithm and also what is Euclidean division lemma, and we have solved two problems on Euclidean division lemma, and also we have seen the topic of fundamental theorem of arithmetics. In today's class, we are going to see the examples how to solve the problems by using Euclidean division algorithm. What are the applications? Where we can find the applications of Euclidean division algorithm that we are going to see in this particular class. So, to do this, we will solve a problem. By solving a problem, we can understand Euclidean division algorithm. For that, let us briefly discuss what is Euclidean division algorithm. Euclidean division algorithm is simple. If we have a two integers that are a comma b, which are belongs to integer, there is a unique relation exists between a and b. There is a unique relation exists between a and b. A can be written in terms of b by using two whole numbers, that is q comma r, that are belongs to whole numbers, in such a way that a is equal to bq plus r. A is equal to bq plus r. This is nothing but, see, if you see in this concept, it will look like somehow complex. But if you look like this, a is divided some whatever it may be, you will get the remainder. This simple. If you see this formula, if you see in this term, it will become very easy for you to remember in your mind, because you are studying division from your basic level of 5th class. So it will be very easy. A and b are two positive integers. When I divide a by b with multiplying q, you will get an integer. By subtracting a from this particular x, you will get r, so that a can be written as b into q plus r, b into q plus r. That is the only thing that this Euclidean division algorithm will tell you. But this particular Euclidean division algorithm will do lot of magics. We can find so many applications of Euclidean division algorithm. When you saw the textbook problem, you will be simply admiring yourself that how this Euclidean division algorithm is used to solve this particular problem. So in order to understand these complexities, we are going to watch the 2 or 3 problems that we are done on this Euclidean division algorithm. Simple thing, this r will not always, see what is the range of r. If we discuss what is the range of the r will be 0. R will be 0. The minimum value of remainder is 0. It cannot go beyond 0. And what is the maximum value? That is up to b. It is not b, it is not greater than b, up to b. It can take values in between 0 less than or equal to r less than b. But it is not equal to b. I am not keeping any equal here, because it is not equal to b. It is less than b, but it may be equal to 0. From 0 to b, that values will be taken by this r. This is Euclidean division algorithm. See, the second one is Euclidean division lemma. In this, we'll see how this Euclidean division algorithm is used to find out the LCM and HCF. Once go through the previous video, you will be very clear about the process how to find out the HCF and LCM of two given integers by using Euclidean division algorithm. The procedure is known as Euclidean division lemma. And the third concept is fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Fundamental of theorem of arithmetics. What fundamental theorem of arithmetics will tell you? Any composite number, whatever may be the composite number, any composite number can be written as product of prime numbers. Any composite number, whatever it may be, C is a composite number, let us say, it can be written as product of prime numbers. Product of prime numbers, that is P1, P2, P3 are prime numbers. C is a composite number. Any composite number can be written as product of prime numbers in a unique way, irrespective of the order in which they occur. See, what is it? P1, P2, P3 will not change. Unique they are. But it can be written as P2 into P1 into 3, P3, P3 into P2 into P1, like that. See, here P1, P2, P3 is there in every formula. C is equal to P1 into P2 into P3. where you will find P1, P2, P3, where P1, P2, P3 are prime numbers, C is a composite number. Here in this also P2, P1, P3, P1, P2, P3, P1, P2, P3. Order is different. In the first formula, P1 is at first place. In the second one, P2 is at first place. In the third one, P3 is at the first place. Order will be different, but numbers will not change. Simple thing is that any composite number can be written as product of prime numbers in a unique way, irrespective of the order in which they occur. Any composite number can be written as product of prime numbers in a unique way, irrespective of the order in which they occur. So this is about fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Okay, right.